So today's video is going to be about why I decided to change my training regime. So previously I was doing 2 days full body, but I was finding that I was getting like really tired after them. The workouts were around about an hour and a half long, getting a little bit much, especially if you're progressive overloading, you keep adding weight to the bar all the time. It starts becoming an issue after a while. Or having to have that many carbs, that was like really uncomfortable. Or having like 300 grams of oats, brown rice, stuff like that, just to even get through the workout. This started to become an issue when I started cutting. After a couple of weeks, I was finding I was having to have a load of carbs just to get through the workouts, because obviously cutting your calories, you haven't got as much energy anyway. So I was finding it was becoming a problem, especially with the compound heavy lifts. So what I've done is I've ended up going to a 3-day plan. So it's push, pull, legs pretty much. On the push day I'm doing some triceps, on the pull day I'm doing some biceps, and on the leg day, the lower day, I'm also doing a little bit of ab work as well, just to get that in. Now the plan is low volume, which is very easy to recover from. I'm not having to have an absolute ton of carbs to make it work. You know, even on training days I may be having 200, 250, which is obviously not too bad. I'm not getting like massively bloated or anything like that. Having a bit of oats, they're really good for your energy and stuff like that. So I'm having a little bit of that, and obviously other things, you know, bananas, fruit, stuff like that, they're really good pre-workout. So yeah, basically I'm doing a week A, week B split, so that's push-pull legs pretty much, and there's slightly different exercises each week. There's a couple of exercises I'm keeping in there, mainly like the compound lifts and stuff like that, that they're going to be my main benchmarks for progression and stuff like that. So I'm keeping those similar, pretty much same every week, and then the other like accessory stuff is changing slightly. I feel like this is better because you're covering more bases, because it's low volume training. You're not doing like 100 sets on each thing. I feel like if you've got a week A and a week B split, I think it's probably a little bit better. Just because, say on week A you're doing, on your push day you're doing say flies as like one of your accessory movements. Week B you might be doing inclined dumbbell press, and your main lift might be say bench press, flat bench press, both weeks. So you're still hitting that same thing every week, but your accessory movements are changing a little bit. Similar, like well, obviously on push day your shoulder movements are going to change slightly. I just feel like you're getting a little bit of a better, more rounded stimulus in that sense, because you're changing things up from week 1 to week 2. But I'm trialing it at the minute, so obviously we'll see where we go from there. We'll see if it's going to be any better. At the minute I feel like it is, just because I'm not feeling as fatigued. I'm able to get through the workouts. I'm not burning out as much. So obviously when I was doing that, the longer, say hour and a half full body workouts twice a week, as the workout progressed on I was getting like pretty fatigued, and some of the lifts were suffering because of that, especially because I was cutting. But obviously now I'm on this, it's only a few exercises, you're on the same muscle group, so it's not as fatiguing. If you're doing your whole body, you're doing your legs and everything, they're all like fatiguing things that you're doing at the same time. If you're concentrating on like a set group of muscles, then you're not going to be as fatigued. You're going to be able to get through it, you know, better, easier, and you're going to be able to keep the strength there a little bit. I was finding, obviously your strength drops off anyway when you're cutting. You can't really do anything about that. But obviously if you're having to do your full body, it's going to be a lot more fatiguing than just doing, say, your push movements with a couple of accessories or whatever. So yeah, anyway, that's what the crack is with that. I'll obviously give updates in that, and let you know sort of how it's going, if it's better, if it's worse. As I say, at the minute, I've been doing it for nearly 2 weeks now. I'm feeling good about it. I'm feeling like it's pretty nailed on, so we'll see what crack is anyway. So the next video I'm going to do will be my full 3-day training split, push, pull, legs, and I'll explain everything I'm doing, why I'm doing it, what exercises they are and everything like that. So if you catch up on the next video, you'll be able to see all that. If you like my content, remember to like, comment and subscribe, and let's progress together.